All right, there we go. Rockingham here tonight. Xcal Racing Web Series. Ought to be good. What's going on out there? Miss Hill, Roscoe, Aaron, ready out there, man, rooting for their teams. We are on bumpy track here tonight. Rockingham is one of these tracks where it just goes a hippity hoppity. You never know what's going to happen, man, here. So, well, let's see if we can't go back. So, let's see if we can't get a few folks down here and grab a word with them a little bit. They're in practice right now. I'll bring up the man Octavio. Get a word with him. Octavio, Joy in the mood. You got a copy?
A copy.
Man, I tell you what, last week you had a pretty good run. How you feeling about this bumpy track this week?
Oh, I really like it. It's one of my favorite tracks, especially with that bumps. I hope we have a good strategy race today. Not a lot of green flag. I prefer it before. Instead of a lot of yellows, we can play with the strategy a lot, and that's interesting. But let's see, in the first race this year, we finished door to door with Matthew, and I lost it because I stayed on the outside, so I will try something different today.
Hey, no doubt, man. Like you said, old Rockingham, man, it's a good old track here, but tonight, gonna be a good one. So, good luck out there.
Thank you so much.
There we go. It's Octavia, man. He's looking forward. We'll bring down, man, old Thanos here. Gerald, Joy in the booth. Got a copy?
10-4.
Well, man, Rockingham, I was just talking there with Octavia, but bumpy style track. How you feeling about it?
Not a lot of practice. Found out today I've got a little bit of COVID going on, so actually I was motivated to enter the car in the race because I only had 3 confirmed drivers this week, and wanted to make sure we had a safety valve for the championship points, because it's the best 3 finishers on a team or what scores points. And then found out late this afternoon that Lataro's got a stomach bug and wasn't going to be able to make it tonight, and I couldn't find somebody to fill in. So by golly, we're here, and we'll see what we can do with this thing.
Hey, no doubt, like you said, man, come out here, man, see what you can do. With a little longer race, but hey, good luck out there.
Hey, I appreciate it, and I want to thank all the sponsors, Aaron, the web shop series, Butt Kicker, Admin Box, the Tri-E Inc. and the Cooler Crew, everybody that's a part of this thing, and thank you for coming out and putting the show on for us, and we'll see what what we can do with this whole car.
There you go, Gerald, man's gonna see what he can do here at Rockingham. Let's bring this guy down here, Jared. Jared, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, man, tell you what, Rockingham, bumpy track. How you feeling about it?
I think we're okay. We had to pull out the backup car after we got junked after our heat race last night for some dumb reason. But yeah, I don't know. Got a good starting spot, starting 4th. Think the car's pretty good. I think we finished top 5 earlier this year when we were here, so hopefully we can improve a little bit on that, and maybe get a top 3 or maybe even a win.
Hey, well, I tell you what, man, good luck out there. Gonna be a long one.
Yeah, thank you. 250 laps around here in the streeter. It's gonna be a long one for sure, but it should be good. Hopefully the fans enjoy it. You enjoy it. Just gotta thank Aaron and all the sponsors involved putting on this deal, and Danielle with JNS Racing, and letting me drive for 00. And yeah, hopefully it's a good one.
Well, there you go, Jared, man, he's ready for tonight. I'm bringing down here old Jason. Jason, join the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going tonight?
Well, pretty good, man. Well, I tell you what, bumpy track. How you feeling?
It's definitely a pretty loose setup. Anything can be better than what had happened last week. I know Johnson got loose on the inside, and we ended up crashing, so that was pretty rough.
Well, hey, I tell you what, man, a track like this, I mean, what's kind of your strategy for it? I mean, kind of a longer style stint here, and maybe how tire wear is going to be.
It's pretty severe, really depending on how you baby it going into the corner or not. That's going to play a big factor, and fuel mileage always comes down to that.
I'll tell you what, good luck out there tonight.
Good luck, and I just wanted to mention, as I know you're new here with the whole Seams family and everything, is there's a bunch of us in here. You're probably wondering why Ryan isn't running for the Bustin' at the Seams team, as he had already had obligations, but we're a bunch of brothers here. It's me, Ryan, Steven, and then I have another brother who he's raced in a couple this year, Earl. And then I actually have my boy Nick, the college kid Seams, who's raced like 9 this year, and he's been working, so not able to do that. And just trying to let all the new fans out there know and everything, and let you know the whole download with the Seams clan. I hope sometime in the future I can get Flying Ryan to race for me, but we work with Joe, so it's kind of like we're on the same team as J&S in a way.
Well, I was just going to ask you that. I saw it out there in chat. Somebody said, go Flying Ryan. And when you mentioned Ryan, I didn't know if that's part of your team.
He's not technically on my team, but we work closely with J&S Racing in here, and we practice together and just share information and
Nice.
try to get all good finishes for everyone.
And no doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, good luck there, Jason.
All right, thank you. I just want to thank all the sponsors with the Xcal Webshop Racing Series, Admin Box, Butt Kicker, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing, Sim Racer Hub, Tri-E Cooler Crew, Austin Edwards for the setups, Flamin' Karma for the paint schemes, and you with OSRN, Joe, and glad you're on here, and look forward to this race, and I hope you enjoy it from the booth.
Heck yeah, man. There we go. Jason all fired up, ready to go. Well, this guy, man, put in victory lane last week. Matthew, join the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, you had an outstanding week last week. Whole different style track here with bumpiness here. How you feeling?
I mean, I think we have a decent car. It's going to be a little sketchy here at the very beginning and the very end of the run. But I think overall, I think I have a pretty good car. I think as long as we can stay in the draft right here, and if we end up going green the whole entire race, even if we don't, draft's going to be a big thing just to save that little bit of gas, as long as you can stay with the guys in front of you and be in the front pack right there, just to get that extra 4 to 6 tenths of a gallon right there. That saves you 2 to 3 laps, and that easily saves you 3 to 5 seconds on pit road and can decide the race. So if these guys want to go race hard, that's cool. I'll go race hard with them. If they try to play a fuel mileage game, I have no problem sitting right there and running with them and letting them do that. But I mean, I'm here to race, so hopefully these guys want to go run hard, and we'll go see what everybody's got at the very end.
Yeah, and you talk about that now from last week to this week, and I know these are open style setups, so everybody has their own style setup, and that can vary a lot. But what are you feeling about on this track? From my past experience here, it's very hard on tires, but how about in a street stock?
It's the same exact way. I know I've done probably 7 to 8 fuel runs this week leading up to the race, and I think the best I've got percentage wise is probably about 55% on my right rear tire at the end of the run. So no matter what you do, you have two options.
Chewing it up, that's chewing it up there.
Yeah, man, it's rough. I mean, I've been down in the low 30s on some of the runs, just depending on how hot the track was. Yeah, so I mean, it really just depends on how hard these guys go up in the front and how much I'm able to save at the beginning of the run in save mode. Because the longer that I'm able to save that right rear, it's going to allow me to be more aggressive at the end of the run if I'm able to. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what kind of race we're about to get tonight. I know Octavio's fast. I know everybody up in the top 5 has got fairly similar speed, and I don't know. These guys are as good at waiting and just waiting to go as I am. So, I mean, I realistically expect these guys to go probably full send from the very beginning. And like I told you, I'm cool with that. I think I may be able to even do my fuel saving with them going full send as long as I can stay up near the front.
Well, I'll tell you what, good luck out there tonight.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
There you go, man. It's Matthew. He's ready, cooking, looking good. We're about a couple minutes away from start here to Xcal Racing Rockingham. Going to be a good one here. Bumpy track. Let you watch some of the sights and sounds. What's going on out there, folks? Aaron and all out there. Earl, man, y'all are kicking it up, getting going. So stay tuned. Racing about to happen. All right, here we go. Grid these things up. We'll see who the favorite driver is here tonight, who's going to pull this thing off. Octavio, man, is the man up front with this one. Just show the grid here real quick. See who you got as your favorite driver. Got a pretty good field here, 20 of them out here. About to do battle. Like we were talking about before, Rockingham. Track where it's, tough on tires. Bumpy. And abrasive. Now, I've raced actually in real life at the drag strip, which is right across from this track. You see where we're looking at right now. You look over towards the back stretch over there across the road from it. Drag strip. They used this track a little bit. NASCAR hasn't been here in a while. I think they did a truck race not too long ago. So, could be good. Could be good. All right, getting set. Go green flag. How y'all feeling out there? Octavio on the pole, 20th time here at Xcal with the web shop's career. Wow. He finished second to Matthew in the first race here earlier in the season, so he knows how to get around here. We'll have to wait and see. Matthew won the first race here earlier in the season. He starts outside pole.
Green, green, green.
Pace cars in, green flag. We're racing Rockingham style. Octavio is going to lead this one. Matt right behind him. Everybody single file. Got to go back around about the 7th, 8th place spot. Go side by side. It seems there with them. Anderson and company. It looks like the inside lane's where you want to be. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Want to be a good race here tonight. Pace herself just a little bit through this thing. Right now, boy, look at this mess. This is about for 5th place. And you know, they talked about it. Guys might use up their stuff early on. Probably don't want to. Probably want to take it easy. Comes the outside lane. The side-by-side 2x2 affair. Good race so far. I'm loving it anyways. Look at the high lane. Looks like a plate track coming to life on the outside. Who's that coming up there? That's old Brent. Brent. He's pushing it. He's pushing it. Top side. Octavio, man, nothing he can do in it right now. Just trying to see, but here comes the outside lane. What's up, Joe? How you doing out there? J&S Racing, you got it. Guys looking strong, but look at Brent. Mick bringing that thing to the front. Octavio on the inside, nothing he can do. Jason Seams coming along with him. Up 8 spots already, which Matthew alluded to this. Guys might push it early on, and then that'll probably help him as the race goes. Racing throughout the field here so far, though. I like it. Side by side, and racing everywhere. 250 laps of this. Woo! You're gonna be a you're gonna be a worn out dude after this race. Coming out, Seems looks like he's gonna try to lead this lap. Draft probably will play a factor here, just like Charlotte. Charlotte, real factor with these cars too. Around 6th place spot, then you got in front of them where Matt is. Miller, Octavio, he is falling back just a little bit. And again, they might be taking that, let's take it easy approach. Do what we got on the first run here. Don't want to use up the tires. Real stars aren't even running tonight. Oh, okay. Who's the real stars? Joplin right here in the middle of this pack. Whoa, 98, boy, he has to hang on to it. Man, that thing's like slick Willie. That's Brandon. Hold on to that thing. Nice paint job, by the way. Looks like it's got chicken on the hood or something. But still looks like a nice paint job. I like it. Yeah, that thing cocked sideways for a minute. It is a chicken on the hood. I don't know. Where's Neil? A little further on back, see what's happening. We're at about 12th place spot. They still door to door. Riggins, Johnson, Jose, Dean Webb back here too. Go all the way back to Steve. Daryl. Now looking through the field, but let's go back here to this middle pack. Who is that racing? Frank, Johnny, and Ken. Okay. Battle right here around this side. Octavio, man, he's going around 1. That's kind of what we're going to see. Go back high and wide. See what's happening. Look at the battles all over the place. Let's go back there in the back. It's about 10th place spot. We're duking it out. Number 90, huh? Number 90. Not sure where he's at. Shooting off down that back stretch. Battle up front. Battle about mid-pack. Who's that battle with right there? That's around Morgan Miller. That's for 4th and 5th. Or 5th and 6th, excuse me. Nice. I told y'all wrong, by the way. Drag strip's actually on the other side of the grandstand there. I told y'all it's on the back strip. Man, look at this duking out right here. Side by side, door to door. Mogard, Jared, Miller. Now be careful. I did the nose view. Oh, on it. Go on board with him. Look at him. Driving that thing hard. We'll ride right here. This is a good one. Seems he's got a... Show you how bumpy this track is. Look at that. Man, he is working that wheel. That thing is jerking. Look at a little side by side with him. Still jerking the wheel a little bit. Man, that just shows you what seems look like out front. He looks steady. Matt's moved it up. He said he's going to take it easy here. 4:17 in this one. Got our Xcal here tonight. Looks like old Kingman and Octavio. Actually, Brent right there with him. Octavio is actually on their back bumper. They're moving up to the front. Why not? Good run, good run. They've got a good lead here over 5th place. About 1.6 second lead, that is. Got Ryan. There's Ryan. Somebody looking for suspended. Oh. Well, darn. Nose to tail. Follow the leader. Kind of what it's going to be here for just a little bit. Back here around 9th place spot. All the way back to 12th. Go back to the 13th. Like little clusters. That'll take you all the way back. Carroll here. Guy here getting points for the team. Jake is back up front. He's got about a half-second lead over Matt. Matt's right there in second. I'll bring up my cheat sheet. We were talking last week about teams, and we talked like Matt, you know, out here with the busting at the seams. Jason Seams is the owner. Got a good driver there. The 23 King of Xcal. He brought home the championship for Austin Edwards. So, not bad. There we go. As he sat on the pole, won event 2 at Rockingham. Didn't put it on pole tonight, but it was on the outside. That means he's going to finish second tonight. He's in second right now. Battling all Octavia to the win here, so. Right now, pretty strong. And patience. You know, patience is the thing too. Gotta be patient. Battling back here around 17th place spot. You got Brandon Kiger. Nice looking car, by the way. I like that. Still up front. That's eating up a little bit for the lead. What y'all thinking about the race so far? So far, I'm liking it. You got Jason out front leading. Matt right there in second, trying to, if he can't close in. Brent, Octavia, look at that on his back bumper though. Gonna push him around the track. Look at the sparks fly. Just shows you How low they've got these things. Wow. Got that talking about get low, get low, get low. 1.7 seconds back to this guy. Running in 5th. Jared Moe. On with Seams. There in 6th. Campbell hanging on to 7th. Nose to tail race so far. Bouncing up and down, just beating the bottom end of the cars up. That's Rockingham for you. Out here just going ka-clang, ka-clang, ka-clang. Miller's going to try it. He looks to the inside, got almost tight. Pushed up the track there a little bit. Well, you can see these things just starting to bang off the ground. He got Johnson right there behind him, chomping at the bit, talking about, Can I swing it down on the inside here? Looks good. Jimmy Johnson. Not Jimmy Johns. Don't get hungry. Got suck on the back of his hood. I don't know if it means he sucks, they suck, or what. Right now, not doing bad. Just holding on to 10th. Looking through this field, just showing you the different cars. You got about, it's like 2 or 3 cars in a line, then it goes back about a half second or second. You got another 2 or 3 cars. Got Webb right here with Andrew. Andrew looks like he's going to make a move to the inside, and I think it's tight going into the turn. He goes way down the apron, comes up the track. Contact. Wham! What a save. What a save by Sean, man. You talk about aced it right there. Woo! That's about as close as you get from burning it down. Wow. Close quarter. Right in front of them, look at this battle. It's for 12th, 13th, 14th. They're back side by side. See what's happening back up front here. The 5th place. They're still nose to tail. The top spots are still nose to tail. Avio, he's looking around. No need to push the envelope yet. I mean, we got a long way to go. No, you push it. Got Brent right there too. That Matt made a little slip coming out of the turn. Amazing how bumpy it is here. Like riding inside, showing you. What's up, Corey? Yeah, Earl, handling is, and it's going to play. Told you, man, I was open on Tuesday, man. Why don't you come up here in the booth with me? See? I offered it. Yeah, you're sick, so you're probably still sick. You're right, handling isn't looking like it is going away a little bit. If you're not saving some tires, you can see right here, Matt's actually closing in on the leader. He might have used a little bit of his tires. Not bad so far. Actually, go back here around 11th. Battle. Now you're starting to see guys who actually have saved some of their tires, starting to make passes on some of the guys who are losing a little bit of their tires. Oh, okay. You're doing race control. Oh, she's off on the Tuesday. That's why I asked. It's a good little race, though. Oh, cool. Well, that's good. Good, you're feeling better. They probably gave you a shot, too, right? In the arm. I know how much you love those. Battle going on back here at 10th. Hold on to it, DP Riggins. I'll take the purple machine there, put it to the inside. Well, you know what these are, man, Corey. These are street stocks. These are your favorite little cars. We got some bad dudes up in here. These guys are fast. They'll make you look like a rookie. I mean, already a rookie. Won't take me on. That's okay. All right, battle for 10th. Riggins. I give Corey a hard time. I don't get to commentate with him anymore. Went off and done bigger and better things. What's up, Bama? Hot Trash Motorsports. Oh, we got a car around. Hold on a minute. Who we got? Oh, he's in the pits. Oh, he crashed hard. Let's go back and watch the replay. What happened to him? Oh, that was Sean. He's out there. Got that thing sideways. Woo! Hold on. Bam! Right in the nose. Tore it off. Frustration, I think, right there. That's what that was. Clanging and banging. Still, these guys back here battling hard. DP Riggins and all. Well, like you said, man. What's up, Jeff? Jeff Miller. Hey, Jeff, if you're still watching out there, Facebook's out there. Hopefully, maybe I can get up our top hat, man, tomorrow. Don't have a race tomorrow, so I don't know how I feel. Tomorrow's my birthday, too, so I'll be getting real young tomorrow, y'all. Dean the Weapon Webb. Who's Dean? Dean Webb? Just running your car? I'll take that's your car right there. Right there, Hot Trash. You know, y'all could put like Hot Trash Mama on there or something. Hot Trash Racers, I don't know. Hot Trash, though, Motorsports. Look good. Well, he's back at 13th. Trying to see what he can pull off. And there's side by side for this 10th place run here. Nice. Fall asleep, Corey. All right, back at it. Teams is there. Yeah, Jeff, let Rob know, them know, man. Good thinking on them. Oh, little car getting wiggly. Run up, hang on to it. Must be a lap car. Yeah, it's the lap. Is it? Yeah. Even seems. Boy, look at this. They are all right there on top of each other. What's going to happen? Go to in-car and look. DP's got a front row seat to this thing. Joplin's got a good front row seat here. Because he's got Miller right there in front of him. Just still see how these cars bounce all over the place. That's a good nose to tail. All right, pit stops. Team's in, Jason. That's the first top runner on pit road. Lap 50. Okay. Lap 50 taker. Want to talk about pushing down the track? Good grief. Oh, Matt getting passed by Brent. And Matt, you know, he said earlier, just going to let them go. Not going to battle them. Got about 5 or 6 cars right now under a blanket. Hang on to it there, Jared. He's on pit road. I'm going to say leader's going to be on pit. We got a few more guys coming on. So it looks to be about 50 to 55 laps maybe. Pit window. That puts us in what? 3 pit stops roughly? Yeah. Actually, that's going to be my bad. 50, 100, 150, 2. 4 to 5 pit stops. Give or take. Octavio right here. Woo! 63 Joe had to go high. Lost just a little bit of room. Here comes DP on pit road. Splitting it up just a little bit. More pit stops. Takes us back to the front here. Got Brent, Matt. Got them all. Spread out here tonight. Xcal Racing Webshop Series. Webshop Series. Not bad. The pit stops for the leader right now. That's going to put everybody in. Except for Matt. And Octavio. Remember, they were the two who said, you know what? I'm going to run this thing until the wheels fall off. And the wheels might fall off. Just never know. Been clean and green so far too, by the way. I like it. What's up, Tanya? Go. Matthew. Matthew, let's see where we can find him at. Matthew. Alright, you got to narrow that down for me. All right, Tanya. All right, let me know on that name. Matt's on pit road, by the way. It's so long to pull up one of these cars. How long it takes to fill it up? Wow. 56 seconds to total pit stop. Matt pitted on lap 55. Lost some spots here. Davio's the one that's losing a lot. That's green flag stops for you, by the way. Pushing the car. Oh, my math skills. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, my math skills sometimes are like, they ain't the best in the world. Look, I know it's like English. I know English, bad English. It's about as far as it goes. Math, same way. 2 + 2 is 4. That's about the extent of it. Oh, man. Jason seems like he's got a bigger lead. He does. 2 seconds over old Mo here, Jared. Matt gonna be tucked right down the back bumper along with Brent. Leaderboard. I could try to slow it down. Let's see. There's a setting. Let's see if I can't slow it down. Huh. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out how to slow it down for you. I'm looking. I'll give me just a second. Still looking. And y'all watch this race up front here. It's still a good race, man, so far up front here. Yeah, I'm trying to look up before y'all see here. Supposed to be a setting somewhere. I mean, so far it's kind of the same. Jason out front in this one. Then you got Jared right there behind him. Matt hanging on to it also. I'll just have to keep looking on this one. So far, everybody's just being patient. Been close to well over a quarter away in this thing. Okay, hang on a minute, I might have found it. Alright, well. Still looking for y'all. Alright, Jason Seams still leading. Then you got Jared right behind him. Matt's right there in third. Uh-oh. Trouble. That's Richie. See what happened to him right back here. Well, contact. Yep, just got turned. Bam! Right in the wall hard. Tore it all to pieces. Ouch. Unfortunate. Now he's got a steamboat. That thing's just... Ouch. Woo! Hurt the nose of it just a little bit. All right, what are y'all thinking? Driver right now. So far, so good. All drivers out here. Oh, okay, here we go. Screen time. Hang on a minute. Let me see if that slows it down for y'all. Sorry it took me so long to find that. If that slows it down. That better? I think that should be a little bit better. All right. Jason right now. Holding on to it. Jared right there in second. Matt hanging on the third. Brent the fourth, and Octavio, he's back here too. We still got some battling going on too back here. Fortunately, old Richie, man, wrecking early. Oh, well, it's been a good one. 84 into this one. Jason right now, Jared, Matt, Brent, and Octavio. Joe Campbell still in the mix of this thing. All right, we'll ride along here with Octavio, see what he looks out the front window. Well, he looks good right now. I mean, that's a good shot. Show you how bumpy this track is. How much these guys been having to wheel this thing around. Right now, man, doing what he needs to do. Left hook, Richie. I hear you. Well, he probably doesn't want to be on the back stretch like that. Oh, looks like Jared's moving in on the leader a little bit. Got that ace machine. Starting to slide around the turns and stuff. Track's been pretty good so far for these guys. Everybody just taking it easy. Being smooth. Remember Matt, he earlier said that's what he wants to do. Take it easy, be smooth. Kind of, ride around the track here. I hear you, Bama. I hear you. Matt's looking like he wants to save tires. I think Octavio's there too, saving. I'm be honest, I think the top 5 right now is just in conservative mode. Joe back here hanging on into 6th place with Ryan Seams. We got Daniel Miller right here with him too. Jimmy Johnson. Not Jimmy Johns. DP Riggins. He looks like he might try to take that high side, not sure. Well, here comes a battle right now. DP and company. Got Jimmy Johnson right here with them. DP there with Jimmy, side by side. You get bumpy and tight here at this track. Get loose coming off too real quick. That's the rock for you. Dean Webb's one up on that top side. Jimmy was down there on the bottom. It's been a good solid one so far here for the Xcal Racing. Webshop series. Definitely go check out webshop.com. Check out xcalracing.com. Jimmy's falling back just a little bit. Back there in the clutches of Jose. Jose, go. Guys, man, got a good battle going on. Leaders are all like nose to tail. Just give you an idea of the top 5. There's a 3-second gap between here and Ryan Seams. You got Campbell right there hanging on in the 7th. Did the ticker slow down enough for y'all out there, by the way? Making sure. You got Campbell, Seams. You guys gonna battle? Oh, don't get on that apron, man. It'll upset that car. That's old Smiley. Last week. 63 there. Joe, look like a car out there smiling. Actually, it looks like it's smiling and it's high a little bit. Must have got into the methanol. All right, Bama, good deal. Looks like Daniel's following the pace just a little bit right here. DP Riggins, up front. Octavio, man, it's going to take with Matt. Oh, Ox says, man, it might be time to go. See what my car will do here early. Why not? Kind of endurance style racing here for these street stocks. I mean, you could almost bring a road race mentality to this since there's such an endurance style race where you want to keep up the pace with the front runners, but you want to save your tires, save fuel, just run your own pace around here. 'Cause with the street stock, you kind of can. I mean, these cars, I mean, lack of a better term, they're not the most difficult cars to drive. Obviously, with the setups like they are, it all depends on how you set your car up. You want it for a long run, short run. There you see him get a little wiggly. That's going to actually let Brent come inside. So it set it up for different ways. Kind of tight, loose, balanced. I like a balanced style setup. Maybe start her out as tight because it's going to get loose no matter what as the run goes on. Look at Brent. Brent says, I'm going to try for the lead for a little bit. Puts Jason way up high. He's going to lose a lot of spots because he got shoved way up the track. Might just try to back here and see what his car does. And that's the kind of things with the street stocks here. You get out front, you lead a little while, guy behind you, catch up, go right back around you. First part of this race about to come to a close here. Jason's going to fall all the way back to 5th. And put everybody, man, right there, 2nd and 3rd. Davio, man, right now. Holding on to 3rd with Jared. Brent, the man out front. I'll tell you what, folks, been a solid one so far. Step away, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, pit stops. Most of the front runners coming in. Matt and Octavio still out front. They're the ones stretching this thing. So I'm looking at them to do probably 2 more stops here. Yeah. 2 more. Matt. Top 2. They're marring a little bit of traffic right now. Look at Matt. He's going to push the man down the track. Well, looks like Ott's going to go 1 more lap more than Matt here. Matt brings it down on pit road. Only 2 cars on the lead lap, but that'll change when they... Ox still out front. Pitted at lap 56, remember. Well over 50 some laps. He's going to try to stretch this thing. Now he comes on pit road. Okay. That should swing us back around here to Jared. Hit at lap 101. Jason hit at lap 99. Then old Brent right there at 107. Jason, let's see how Jason plays this. Is he going to try to, press the issue, get around him, or just kind of save a little bit of tires? Takes so long to make the pit stop here. Matt got back out in front of these guys. Wow. Hey, never mind. Matt out front. Well, Matt was able to get out front. On and off pit road. Really good. Exceptional pit stop. Got him off here. Oh, it'll be interesting to see what Ock's able to do once he gets out. Oh, Matt, go to the track. Hold on to it. Thing got awful tight. Shot straight up the top side. On King Matthew. Defending series, Webshop series champion here. There's Ock off on pit road there. So he's going to have a little bit newer tires and got off on pit road. I mean, that was exceptional pit stop strategy by Matt and Octavia. Get out in front of Jared and Jason. Wow. Okay. Not bad. Go a little further on back here. A 6th place spot. Got Ryan and Joe. Joe up 6 spots here. Campbell. Oh, Jason, he's up 6. Biggest mover here is Jimmy Johnson, though. Up 11. Johnson moving and grooving. Up 11 spots. DP, he's up 7. Dean's up 7. Wow. Good movers, man. $116 right now in the books here. Good one for the Xcal Racing Series. Rockingham. Got these street stocks rumbling. Facing seams right now. It's all Matt out front here in this one, leading. Octavio, Jared, Jason, Brent, all top 5. Watching these guys, man, trail around this track. Laps winding away a little bit. Matt, him right there, kind of lead he's got over Octavia. They got a 2.3 second lead over this group. They were able to spread that lead out on them. Even them getting away. Even them getting away like they did. Look at Ock, man, moving in. Moving in on that front runner there, Matt. Remember, about 2 laps difference between these two guys. Tires. Their pit strategy, though, is make this thing long range. Long range. Right now. Matt. Look at him. He's moving up on his back bumper. Like a shark. Dun it. Just gets a little bit bumpy and wild right now. The Aki's moving in. Oh, he goes up high too with him. Everybody gotta be patient right now. Oh boy. Bumping and grinding going on. Boy, that was some... Got in the middle. Jared came out of nowhere. Octavia know what happened. Man. Let's, Hey, hold on a minute. You got Octavia right here. Flipped a little bit. Watching a replay here. We got passed. Oh. Little banging on the door. That cost him some spots. That's what cost Octavio right there. And Matt, but Jared and him now is taking over the lead. Wow. They must have saved some tires, Matt. Matt probably used a little bit up going out there. Be careful. Okay. All right, right now, Jared's still leading with Jason right here in second. Matt, man, hanging on up in the third. They were out front there for a while. fell back. Not quite sure what happened on this one. Oh, Ox, he got a little bit door banged. While up front, battle. Jason takes to the top spot. Jared says, go on here. And they're under a blanket all top of these guys. Top 4 or 5. Wow. Smooth. Jason gonna be able to hang on to it. Ooh, Matt goes high just a little bit. Octavia man right there behind him. You've got about the top 6 under a blanket. All right, right now Jason's still holding on to, but look at this, man. Everybody under a blanket, like top 6, 7. Wow. Everybody's caught up to everybody. Woo. Split up there for a little bit, and now not so much. Brent for Joe. Got Joe right now with Ryan. Daniel. Here in 8th. DP Riggins. Holding on to 10. Jimmy Johnson there in 9th. Dean Webb up to 11th. Jose right behind him there in 12th. Brandon hanging up here on the 13th place spot. Then you got Ewans, Albee, then 14th. Darrell, Michael. This is back up here up front. Jason and old Jared at each other. Matt too. Still got Jason, Jared, Matt. Everybody just under a blanket right now. Smooth racing. Let me ask you out there, what do you think your driver has to do to get up front if they're not already up front? Do you stay being patient like this? Don't push it. Remember what Matt was talking about before the race? Tire wear be crucial. What do y'all think? Keep just being patient? I stay being patient. You still got a little bit to go. Don't start pushing it yet. You can maybe push a little bit and see what your car is going to do, but you still want to be patient. Can you maintain and stay with the front runners? Everybody is right now. I think if you're staying right here in this pack, you know you've got a good car. Get up here and win. I think if you're able to hold up here, you got a great car. Watch the 55. 55? 55? Where's 55? Way back here in the back. And he's lost 7 spots, so I'm not quite sure if he lost it on pit road or if he lost it on just on the track. Got to figure out something to get up front though. Might need a caution for help. He's 20 seconds back from the leaders. Pit stop's not gonna get that gap. Yeah, he's back there in the back. Got these front runners though. If it was Jay, I'd ride behind Ron. Try and conserve. Okay. So Jay, as in who's Ron? They ride behind Ron. I'm trying to find who you talking about, man. All right, Earl. Let me run down on who you talking about. Jay and Ron. Octavio. Ah, I got you. Ah, okay. If you were Jay, you would run. Okay. Talking about Jared. I mean, we already know, I think, the strategy of Matt and Octavio. They're going to try to stretch this thing out, be conservative, and hope everybody else runs their stuff hard. 48, okay. Earl is Jason's brother, okay. All right. So Jason out front. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. Good to see the family members out there, by the way. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do out front. We know what these guys here. So it looks like pretty much everybody top 6, top 7, top 6 actually, are going to be conservative. I got you, Jason. Okay. Well, Jason is doing, I think, what he needs to do. He's not trying to, blow the field away. He's staying out front. His pace has stayed pretty consistent. His last lap was, everybody's 27, by the way, was a 68. I mean, look at that. 68, 66, 67, 71. I mean, that's close. 64, 64 for the top 6. You can't ask for any closer than that except for identical time. Amazing. He is running a great race so far. Jared, looking strong. Earl, I agree, yeah. All right, Jason, right now, as Matt actually got around Jason, Jason's falling back a little bit. It looks like He's got a car that'll run almost through the pit cycle. Towards the end, it looks like it falls off just a little bit. I think what Matt needs to do now is he knows what his car is going to do throughout the pit cycle. Is he going to have enough by the time the end of the race? Oh, absolutely. And I think fuel mileage will win here. I know Matt and Op, they're conservative tires wise. Now tires really do come into play here a little bit. Do come into the play a little bit. So it does come into play. Yeah, fuel mileage is about an every week thing. I mean, fuel mileage is a no-brainer. These are endurance style races. The difference on in this track though is tires actually will matter. Some tracks where the tires really just don't matter as much. Here, tires you can turn them up a little bit. Gotta be careful. See Jason right now, he's coming on pit road. And that's going to bring him at 52. So I'm going to say Jason's going to try that one more pit stop. Let me in the booth with you. Who is it that wants to get in the booth? Pit stops here underway. Not the final pit stops, that is. There will be one more pit stop. See Jared out front leading. There goes Matt. He's going to take the lead now. I'm not quite sure why it takes so long. I mean, I know these cars got to have fuel cells to them, right? Why it takes so long to fuel them up? I mean, what they got the little gas pump thing and they're out there, man, pumping it like normal gas. Imagine that on pit road. Battle for second, though. Joe says, I want it. All right, get out the way. Gonna bring Ryan Seams with him. Octavia falls back to fourth. Car looks like it's just not on the pace it's normally on. Either that or he's just being very, very conservative. I'll bring you in here for a little bit. JR, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Man, I tell you what, a good race so far, man. What you think? Gonna see at the. I think it's gonna be the pit strategy, but tires might play a factor here at the end in this one.
Yeah, it's like that just about every week. So, I mean, these guys are class acts everywhere we go, especially this top six. Jason's running a really good race right now, so it's nice to see somebody other than Matt Bear and Octavio leading these things.
and you know, we go back to that. It looks like, man, Matt right now and Octavio are pretty much on the strategy that he talked about before the race. Be a little bit, conservative, save a little bit, going that long style run. It's worked out so far. Well, obviously we'll have to see who the last 50 laps goes. But it's worked out throughout the thing. I mean, yeah, Jared and Jason, they seem like they've got some pretty good medium long run style car.
Yeah, plays into honestly the setups for these things. Back to your fuel question, these things have huge fuel cells. It doesn't seem like it when they're running laps, but these things have huge fuel tanks, and it takes a while to fill these things up.
Yeah, I noticed that there in 56 seconds, and most of it's the fueling part. And I was like, what are they doing? They get a little gas pump thing out there, man, pumping it like you would at the service station. Oh, that's what it seems like. It's taking them so long to do, but
Yeah, this the last pit stop is when the strategy comes in, because some of these guys are going to try to stretch it. They won't take they won't have to take a full tank. You know, they'll be taking half a tank or 3/4. So these last few pit stops are where the strategy is going to come into play, and we'll see what everybody's got.
Well, right now you know who's stretching it. I mean, the top two guys. Those two have really stretched it. Now you do see right back here, you see Brent pitted at lap 107. And then Ock and Matt pitted at lap, 112, 110, so they can go a little bit further on. I mean, obviously they're still going to have to make one more pit stop. And it got them out front early on. But again, Jason, Jared, and all them, didn't take long for them to catch them, run them down, come back. And I think I'll take it back to, those two top guys there. They're trying to do the long run, conserve tires, because his track, week in and week out here at Xcal, it's an endurance. And I know y'all talk about its fuel mileage a lot, but they have to worry about tires at this track. Like last week, it wasn't so much the tires as it was the fuel. Here, you kind of got a combination of both, so you got to balance that out a little bit.
Yeah, it's different driving these things, that's for sure. I've taken a few weeks off to kind of get my head wrapped around what I'm doing, because I am not good this year at all. I've had a pretty rough season. So, I'm normally driving the 25 car for Hot Trash Motorsports, but yeah, every week it's just it's irritating. It can get irritating, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talk about it's kind of endurance for oval, and you run these. I know Octavio is very good, like road course racing, and I enjoy road course racing. And a lot of that racing is more of you're racing the track, you're racing the time. I mean, every once in a while, yeah, you're racing guys on the track, but most of it is you're racing the track and all. And fuel strategy really plays in a lot on road racing. So I take that into account here. It's about the same. It's an oval style where you're just being conservative, and I mean we're seeing it. I mean, Ock there, man, with Matt, those two, they've got a plan. They're sticking to it. But I'm like you. Don't count out, man, Jason and Jared. I mean, they have shown speed. They've shown that they can get up there and lead.
Oh, yeah. The exciting part is to watch the 48 of Octavio and the 81 of Matt Bear. When these two get side by side coming to the line, they are going to bang doors. They're going to beat and bang as much as they can. Honestly, they beat and bang doors, but they keep it clean. I've never seen them wreck each other. So, but I mean, Jason, Jason's a good guy. To see him out front running is a good thing. About to put my team owner Albert Hewins a lap down here, which kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. But we haven't had the greatest setups. Well, I take that back. We've had some of the best setups. It's just figuring out how to drive it. That's the main thing for us, is figuring out how to drive these setups. And some of these guys are really good at driving them. Some of us aren't.
And you bring that up. I talked about that a little bit last week. With setup style, it doesn't matter. And I mentioned it like out there with Octavio, and they were talking about how they have in-house and how they do their setups. But I think Gerald brought it up too. He got into their setups and their cars, and he wasn't that good. Everybody, it's all about driving style. So you bring that up there, Albie, who might be struggling a little bit. It might not be the setup. It's just how that setup is for that driver. And you just alluded to it right there. Matt's coming on pit road, and he's done this. Come on pit road about a lap or so, or Ock does. That's going to put Jared and Jason. Jared's able to get out front. Jason on that pit stop, which he pitted at lap 153. Jason pitted at 151, but doesn't matter. What we saw earlier before this last, the last pit stop, we saw those two guys able to catch up to the leaders and get up there.
Yeah, you will. Back to the setup thing. I mean, Hot Trash and Flaming Karma, we run together kind of like Junior Motorsports and Hendrick does. So the setups that Flaming Karma lets us use, Octavio's, he's a good setup guy. They work fantastic for him. Me, they don't quite fit my driving style, so it's a little bit tougher on me to figure out how to run these things. So I mean, it just honestly it goes back to like you said about your driving style and figuring out how to make your car work when you need it to. These guys on fuel mileage, they're probably running half to 3/4 throttle. I don't think anybody out here right now is running wide open.
Probably
And
not.
That's why,
This
that's why
place
these
is so
guys,
bumpy. You know?
yeah, these guys are stretching it, 8, 10, 12 laps longer every stop, every fuel run because they're able to back it off because they know that everybody else is going to back off with them.
Well, you can see right here, riding along with Jared on board with him. You can see the RPMs fall, so that tells you right in the turns he's letting off of it. Obviously, being holding it down, getting around about 5,800, not quite 6K. To holding it up, and just like you said, just being a little bit of conservative. Right now, no need to really, press the issue or anything. See, Octavio now is on pit road. That's going to hand the lead over to Jared and Jason as Matt. Bad pit stop. 57 seconds. Wow. This pit crew must have been sleeping on him because it cost him back to 7th place.
Hey, like I respect Matt Baer as a driver. We've had our run-ins. I mean, I'd like to see somebody other than him and Octavio win one of these things. But, with Octavio being an affiliated teammate, I hope the 48 wins it. I would like to see Jason get a win.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think with the busting at the seams guys, you've got Jason and Earl who's in the comments, Ryan, sometimes Jason's son Nick will drive. So I mean, they've got the whole family involved.
And that's good. I always like seeing the families. Just seen Jason right there take the lead from Jared. Got Daniel Miller here hanging on into 3rd. Been kind of quiet all night long. He pitted around 150 at Roscoe because he asked. That's why.
Yeah, Jason's got a fast car, and again, these guys aren't running full throttle. This last pit stop, when we get to this last round of pit stops, is when you're really going to see these guys in the lap times are going to pick up.
The only thing I saw with Jason in that last run was towards the end of it, I'll say about 10 to 15 laps before they pitted, it seemed like it fell off. So he needs to maybe adjust just a little bit more on saving if that's the strategy he's going for, because I'm gonna say he was off by about 10 laps, and that's how Matt and Octavio they finally ran him down and was able to get around him. So if he's looking at this last pit stop as okay, look, I'm gonna make this last pit stop, I need to make it last to the obviously the checkered flag's what matters. You can lead all the laps, you don't lead that one. Hey, well, they won't remember you, but for 2nd place or so. So he needs to figure out, okay, how can I get that last 10? So I think this run and stint is where he needs to say, okay, if I need to back up just to even a little bit more, I mean, it's easier said than done. Sure, you want to be out front leading, but maybe back up just a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. You can pressure the guys in front of you without having to run wide open. So if you can pressure them, then Jason can get up behind the leader if he's running 2nd and run a little bit harder and make the leader have to run a little bit harder if they're trying to keep him behind him. So ultimately Octavio and Matt are really good at that. Or running each other hard. So again say Mekas is out front, a couple laps to go, in that last run, Jason can make him overdrive his car and ultimately, capitalize on it.
And I talk about it sometimes when you get out there, you're running really good, you run out front. I've seen this numerous times. Guy gets out front. Matter of fact, I talked about it with Octavia, I think, last week because I saw it. But you get out front like that, you're running. It's easier to overdrive the car when you're out there, but then when you get marred in traffic, it's like, uh-oh, what is my car going to do? I know what it'll do out front, but what will it do in traffic? And sometimes I've seen this, guy get out front like that, get marred in traffic, and then he can't get back to the field. So I always look at, okay, if I'm going to stay out front, maybe it's good to get marred, let's say around 3rd or 4th place spot, so then I can see early on what my car is going to do, because right now Jason knows what he can do out front, and we see it. I mean, right now you see Jared hanging on there to second. Daniel still holding the third. You see Octavio, those one of the fastest. And he's coming up on the back end here of Daniel. They were just, like I said, able to run down Jason at the end of the run. And that's where he needs to figure out, or I need to pick that speed up at.
Yeah, again, it's more than likely it's just Jason being patient. I don't think any of these guys are actually driving the wheels off these things just yet. We're about to start seeing them start to make some moves here. There's going to be some guys coming from 5th, 6th, 7th back that are still in the lead lap. They're going to be making a charge to the front. Anything
Jason
can
actually has
happen.
turned some of the faster laps out front.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, it's the downforce. When iRacing implemented these new cars in the street stocks, you know, the downforce hits different on one car than it may do on the next. It could also be setups. So, you know, Jason being out front, that car's going to work phenomenal. He's got the clean air, but like you said, when he gets in traffic, that dirty air on the nose is going to make that car act different than it does with the clean air.
And that's where you really know where your setup lies at, too, a lot. And, you know, I talked about the setups here. We were talking about that. And when I used to road race, man, I would spend hours and hours, you know, just trying to set up for a track. And a lot of times, and it's different from everyone, how I did it is I would set the track really hot. And if I could make that thing drive fast on a hot, slick track, well, obviously if it's cool, it's going to drive fast. You know, you can adjust on throughout. Well, but we go back to like you say, driving style. I liked a little bit tighter balanced style car. I wasn't more of that looser style. I mean, I wanted to be able to throw it into the turns a little harder than most would, and so forth and so on. So that's kind of how I would set up. Everybody's different though, and this series, I could see where long run speed is probably king here.
Yeah, it's if you can get long run speed, it'll help you a lot. I've seen guys come from the back of the pack, you know, start 17th on back and have long run speed and finish top 5.
Talk about that, man. We've got a lot of hard charge. I mean, you talk about Jason, he's up 9. Daniel there in second's up 6. Matter of fact, just Joe Campbell right here, even though he's getting passed, he's still up 6 spots. DP Riggins, who's sitting in 9th, he's up 8. Jimmy Johnson there in 10th, he's up 10. So, I mean, you've got some hard chargers guys who have actually, you know, like you just said, come through the field. And then on the reverse side of that, unfortunately, you know, AB down 7. That's unfortunate. Octavia down 3. Matt's down 3. You know, Brent's down 3. You know, Michael D, he's down, unfortunately, 5. Matt Pelter, I hope I said that right.
Peltier.
1 minute. And he crashed out early in the race. Unfortunately, he's way back in 20th. But so, you know, you've got a lot of guys who actually have came up. And I'm watching right now with Jason. He's pushing that car harder than a lot of those other guys. And there's nothing wrong with that if he can get a big enough lead. Right now, he's got a 1.9 second lead over Daniel.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah.
Jason's probably going to push a little bit harder now, knowing he's got one more pit stop. So he's going to try to put as much ground between him and everybody else as he possibly can.
Yep.
So you know, if he can, you know, hit maybe 3-4 laps sooner than the rest of these guys, you know, yeah, he'll go a couple laps down, but he'll get all that back and be able to pull away further on that last run, especially if he short pits. You know, if he comes in, takes 4 tires and a half a tank, or takes right sides and a half a tank, you know, he's going to make up more ground than some of these guys are going to have to fill all the way up.
Now, you bring up an interesting thing there, and this is all... Now, on a fixed setup, I would say, yeah, you better take 4 tires. But on a setup, open style setup, it's all about how your setup is and how you feel about your car. Like you just said, we possibly might see somebody take 2 tires. Now, I know, there was Earl out there saying, caution. We hadn't seen one. So, it's not out of the realm of possibility, especially at this track. So that could throw a little wrench there into everything. if a caution was to fly.
Oh yeah, that'll throw a wrench into the whole philosophy. But I mean, you've been with us for a couple races now, and then, you know, 9 times out of 10, these races are going to go caution free.
Yeah.
You know, if you get 1 or 2 guys, you know, that make contact, something, one car spins, it's probably not going to be a caution unless they're blocking the racing service. You know, the only time that there's really a caution in Xcal is if it's 3-4 cars wadded up coming out of turn 2 or coming out of turn 4. Or, you know, he's really strict on when he throws cautions, but it makes for great races. It's irritating when you're the one that gets wrecked, or you're the one that's wrecking, or get caught up in something that somebody else is doing. But honestly, man, it makes for great racing. Just like tonight. I mean, this has been a great race.
Oh, it has. I mean,
yeah.
it's strategic wise. And now Roscoe brings up an interesting point out there. I like that. He says 5 gallons of gas, 2 tires will be the winning move. I'm going to go on a limb and say I'm not sure about the 5 gallons of gas. Is that enough to take them? Because you got to look, they're still going to have to go 40-some laps here. I mean, they pitted at, let's say Jason, he pitted at lap 151. He's probably going to pit at lap 200, 201. He's still got to push that thing 49, 48 laps, which is almost a full run. So is 5 gallons enough to take it? And then the 2 tires, that goes back to how confident he is in it. Now, what I will say, is if, let's say, 30 laps, 25 to go, and a caution comes out, that's when I say the 2 tires might come into play.
Caution comes out, 25 to go, everybody's going to come back down. Everybody's going to come back down. They're going to top off.
Yeah.
They may not top off, but everybody will come down under caution and take 4 fresh stickers.
Gotcha.
Now, I will say for, you know, the people watching who aren't familiar with Xcal, anything that happens after they take 10 to go, there's no caution. So if the whole field wads up coming off of turn 2, whoever makes it through and survives is whoever makes it through and survives.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
So, you know, it really makes us... Aaron, the league owner set it up that way to make you drive as clean as possible in the last 10 laps. You know, we all understand it's racing.
Sure.
You know, stuff happens. You could get loose, you know, get tight, you know, especially in close racing like tonight. You know, it's bound to happen at some point. For the most part, everybody, myself included, we try to run as clean as possible.
And it's been clean. And I got to go back to that, to what Roscoe's talking about. 5 gallons. Is that enough to go a fuel run, though? I mean, we've seen these guys fill up, but can they go the full? Because when they pit, they're going to have to go almost a full fuel run. Not quite. They might be, you know, give or take, you know, 3-4 laps, but it's going to be close. So is 5 gallons enough?
Well, most of these races are set up to these cars run 6.6 gallons.
Okay.
So 5 gallons could, you know, essentially get them to the finish, depending on how hard they're pushing. So say they pit, they might have, you know, a gallon of fuel left. You know, that's a gallon less. That's a gallon less.
What's
I got
the fuel
put in the
cell
car.
in these things then?
I'm not quite sure.
I mean, you're talking about 6.5 gallons. Talking about topping it off, 6 gallons.
Yeah, I think they're running 30%, 30 or 35%.
Oh, okay. So he's not so he has his cap up.
Yeah, just so we're not running, you know, full 250 lap races on the 2 stop.
I got you.
He really makes it to where you gotta strategize.
Okay, that makes sense. And you know, like Roscoe said, only if you save, and that makes sense. You know, if it is 6.5, the 5 gallons is. I don't know. That's still to me that's close. You're going to have to save some fuel, because if we were only running maybe 3/4 of the fuel run, but this last stop we're going to be running almost a full one. Yeah, we can give or take like I said, maybe 3-4 laps or so. But even like Octavio, he pitted at lap 169. Now, I do think him and Matt and Brent, all three, because they pitted at 69, 67, and 62, their pit stops, yeah, I could see probably the 5 gallon. But Jason at pitting at 151, that one's going to be close. That one's going to be real close.
It'll be close, but it's also how much are these guys running behind Jason, driving a little harder than he is, trying to make up a little bit of time.
You can look at lap times and see that.
Yeah, I mean, any time between now and probably lap 210, 215, these guys are going to be on and off pit road.
Yeah.
I think, we've already had 1 or 2 hit pit road that are further back in the pack.
Actually, Jason is on pit road, so I timed it there. He's at 202. Again, that's going to put him at almost a full fuel run. I just don't. Do you make that kind of gamble? Because even with him taking full fuel like he's been doing, he's been able to get back out front no matter what. I just don't know if I want to take that gamble. I mean, hey, he's in the car. They got their crew chief on it. But take that kind of gamble to say, you know what, let me put less fuel, knowing I'm going to have to go 48 laps, which is almost a full run of what I did before. I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I mean,
see here in a second, but
like Roscoe's got a point. I mean, Octavio and Matt are more than likely going to take 5 gallons. I mean,
yes.
they know how to use those things. They're really great drivers.
And they set themselves up for that too, because they pitted at lap 169, 167.
Yeah, but that just shows, that first stop, that first round of green flag laps from the start to the first pit stop, they probably drove the wheels off. They probably drove the wheels off of them.
Yeah.
And then, they backed it off, a little bit that second stop, a little bit that third stop, a little bit that fourth stop, to save them, 1.5 to maybe 2 gallons, not having to fuel the car in that last stop.
Looks like Jason did take a full, he had 56 seconds right there, so lucky he did take full. DP Riggins 52 seconds, so that tells me he didn't take a full 6 on gallons. It'll be interesting to see what Ock and Matt does up front. I'm with you. I don't know, 88 drops to 3rd and 5th. That's what the
even if Jason doesn't win this race, he can't hang his head, because he has been up front all day. I mean, he's drove the race of the year for his team right now, and they're doing really good. He was able to actually get back out in front of Octavio and Matt Baer to keep from going another lap.
And he's competitive too. He's been competitive. I mean, it's not. I mean, I get it. A lot of these, it's really sometimes a double-edged sword when you get into fuel mileage things like this. But it shows that he has the speed to keep up with what, from what I'm gathering, probably the top 2 guys here at Xcal, and that's something that, like you said, hey man, hang your hat on.
Oh yeah, for sure. And for Jason, he knows that every week he's not going to be running, top 3, top 4. But, he's set himself up with his team to run, they're, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're the league leader in owners' points. So, this is going to be a great points day for his team.
Yes, it is, yeah. But you got Jared also right there, too. You don't count him out, that ace machine. He pitted, actually, when everything comes around. Actually, Daniel Miller's going to be there, but he pitted at 192. He's definitely not to make a pit stop. Go to the tire. He might go to the entire distance. We'll have to see. Jared actually pitted at 202. He got in front of Jason by 4 seconds there, but he only had 54 seconds, so that tells us, it goes back to what you were talking about. He didn't fill up all the way with that fuel. There's no way. 56 seconds tells me they filled up total. Anything over. Anything less telling me that they went less fuel.
Yeah, some of these guys, especially these guys that are way out front, that have a cushion, some of these guys are going to try to stretch it. You know, they're gonna put it really close. Octavio, Matt, Jason's good at it too. There's a lot of guys in the field that can.
I'm curious to see what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, that can pinpoint exactly how much fuel they need to put in the car.
And Jared right now it actually is sitting in a pretty good spot because he's going to inherit the lead here, and he's going to have that 5-second lead over Jason. I say he's going to inherit the lead. Octavio and them probably might get back out in front of him, but he's going to be right there on him. It set him up well in front of Jason right now with that. Curious to see what Matt Maninock's going to do here, as Matt's still leading it. And this one, we're getting down to the final ones, folks. Been a good one so far, man. It's lap 212 here at Xcal Web Series. Street Stocks. We're going to step away, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in a few. All right, we're back here. Pit stops underway, and just what we were talking about here, Octavio and Matt. And I tell you what, they're the two that are going to be in the catbird seat because they planned this perfect. Matt with a 36-second pit stop. Obviously, like we were saying, looks about a half a tank of fuel. Got him out right now in third, but he's 10 seconds ahead of Brent sitting right there in fourth. Now he just went around Octavia, who's came out and hitting Octavia the same way, 38-second pit stop. Daniel Miller still got a 2.8-second lead out front. He did the thing too, man. When he pitted at 192, had a 30-second one. But Jason is going to be way off the pace. He's going to need a caution in order to catch these two guys up here to the front. That's just, there's no other way about it here. We're going to get close to about 25 to go in this one. Solid race up front. Let's see the difference between 3-second lead between Matt and all. Yeah, they set this pit strategy up perfect. Matt Knock did. And it was pretty much what Roscoe said out there. They were the ones who did. I'm gonna say they might have took less than the 5 gallons there, because they went 36 seconds total pit, and Brent went 41 seconds, so, and 45 for Ryan, who sits in 4th and 5th. The problem is Brent's 7 seconds back from Octavio, and Ryan is about 8 seconds back, so it puts them in a hole. The caution is the only way they're catching it, unless obviously Matt or Octavio just blows up or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate for Jason. He had a fast car. It happens.
And there's nothing you can do. I mean, he did the pit strategy. He was there. I take it back. Unfortunately, some people like racing like this, some don't. Some think, man, well, this ain't racing, man. Fuel mileage, what does that got to do? It's not the fastest car that wins. Well, sometimes that's true. You could get out here and do a strategy, because what's saying that somebody else doesn't do the same strategy as Matt Knock? Now, again, they are some of the fastest, but yet they're playing the game, and they're playing the fuel mileage game, and week in and week out, and tonight it has really just fell into their hands. So far, it has.
Especially the 11 out front, Miller out front. Let's see if Matt and Octavio were just being patient here and letting this thing ride out, or
I'm curious if he's going to make it all the way.
Yeah, or if the 11 even has enough fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's gaining on the front, on the second and third place guys. So if I'm him, I back off the throttle just a little bit more.
Yeah, let's ride with him here and see if he...
Just to conserve a little bit of fuel.
I mean, let's see. Doesn't look like he's throttling it as much, because I'm looking at the RPMs. They're staying around 5,000, 5,400. They're not up in that 58 or 6 range down the straights.
Yeah, he's probably running 3/4 throttle. He's
that's
not
what it looks like.
Octavio and Matt Bear, they know they can make it no matter what, so they're about to be just driving the wheels off of these things. You can see them now; they're closing in on him pretty quick.
Yeah, it's a 1.7-second lead. 25 to go. That last time he was ran a 51 to 06, and then Octavio, man, blasting with it. Oh, here comes Miller. Never mind, that just takes that out the window. I didn't think he was going to be able to make it, but hey, I've been fooled more than once.
Yeah.
He would have had to win almost 60 laps. We've not seen anybody do that all night.
He probably tried to short pit.
Look at this. Octavio, man, just blew right by Matt. Now, this might be by design.
Yeah, that's Matt's setting this thing up for a great finish, unless Matt's going to be short. Matt could be short. He's just trying to save and letting Octavio run that thing out, because it just looks like Matt just pulled up out of the way and let him go.
Well, now Matt pitted at 214. Octavio pitted at 218. Oct did put a little bit more fuel in. His pit stop was a 38 to a 36. Now, and then I've talked to Matt before the race. I was talking to Oct, but Matt was more adamant about, yes, he wants to go for that fuel mileage saving. And the move he did right there is just a perfect example of, I'm going to save. I'm going to keep Oct right there in front of me. I don't want him to go too far, but I don't want to use too much.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Octavio's probably not even running full throttle, honestly. He may be now, knowing that he can make it all the way to the end. but you know, him pitting, you know, 4 or 5 laps later,
Coming up on a lap car there.
later in the run than Matt Baird did, that allows them to have a little bit fresher tires to allow him to drive it a little bit harder.
It looks like he is driving a little harder. I just watched his RPMs right there. He's up more toward the 58, 59 down the front. On the front stretch right now, he gets up to about 58, 59 before he lets off. He's not letting off really hard and fast. It's coming down really slow. So, to me, if he is saving, he's not saving a lot. He is pushing the car, which at this point, him and Matt we know can make it. Now Brent also can too. He put it at lap 214. So the top runners we know without a doubt can make it. Jared, Joe, and Jason, I'm gonna say still can make it, but I don't know if they can run as hard as the top runners are, and unfortunately they're just in a big hole.
Yeah, you know, the only way that I think the 66 catches up, you know, and Jason is, you know, if there's a caution.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's probably, Jason's probably wanting to see one. Everybody else is like, no, we don't want that.
I know Ock and Matt definitely don't, because their pit strategy just got thrown out the window. Because if there is one, obviously then it puts everybody on the same playing field. And then who knows, you know, cautions breed cautions. We all know how that goes. DP Riggins hanging on to 7th place right now. Got Jose right there behind him. They're doing actually well. And Jimmy Johnson, no, it's not the NASCAR driver. It's not Jimmy John's. No foods. Don't get happy out there, folks. But he ain't doing too bad. He's up there in the 9th place. And then you got Dean Webb around that top 10.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is Dean's first career Xcal race. He's never raced an Xcal.
Up 8 spots too.
Until this week, you know, of course, you know, we've got some racing stuff going on around here. You know, I'm a spotter for NASCAR and ARCA and a local team here, so you know, we're getting ready for the Battle of the Broadway 150 here in Nashville. You know, with Ross Chastain and Josh Berry and my team, and so we're prepping for that Thursday night. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to race tonight, but you know, it all worked out where I could jump on and watch, and you know, ultimately get in the booth and hang out with you guys. So.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
You know, he's doing a really good job. That 25 car's got a different look. You know, the one I run doesn't look that good now. It's and it dang sure ain't never ran top 10 if that's what you're asking.
Well, right. I mean, he's holding pretty strong. He's got about a 3-second lead over Brandon, who was sitting right there in 3rd, and then you know, Albie, who's back here in 12th, not doing too bad of a night for himself, hanging on strong. Daniel Miller back here in 13th. You got Michael D. He's back here in 14th, and Gerald, who actually jumped in the car here tonight for some driver, you know, owner points. He actually wasn't feeling under the weather himself, but got a couple other drivers that were feeling under the weather. So he said, hey, you know, I talked to him before the race. He said, I'm gonna jump in the car, maybe get some, you know, team points. That's what his goal was. But not bad of a night for him. He's up 4 spots in 15th. He got Ryan right here in 16th spot, and then just then you got Stevens hanging on back in 17th, and then unfortunately Sean Andrews, Richie Joplin, and then Matt Pell all out of the race. Just unfortunate right now.
Yeah, that Richie incident, that incident with Richie in the 98. That was just that was a bonehead move. I can't, you know, put blame on the 98. He may have been just trying to fall in line, misjudged it, but you know, a left rear someone on the straightaway is kind of ignorant move in my book. But again, I'm not driving the car this week, so I don't know what the situation was.
Those.
We can
Matt,
only
right now. What's that?
Speculate at this point. We can only speculate at this point.
Oh yeah. Matt right now is about 3/10 off the back bumper here of Ock. You got Brent, unfortunately, about 15 seconds back, but he's got Jared and Joe. Well, actually, he's got Jared coming up on him. Jared actually might be able to make this a race for 3rd place, as he's right there on him as he almost takes his bumper off coming out of the turn. He's definitely going to have going to go scooting on by him, take that spot away.
Yeah, it's heating up now. We're coming to 10 to go, and the leaders are closing in on each other. Matt's catching Octavio, you know, and this is where the fun happens, because these two, if they can get nose to tail on the last lap or the last couple laps, they'll get side by side, and these guys, these guys will go at it. They have probably the biggest rivalry I've ever seen in a league. Like, these two respect each other, but they don't like each other. They're not going to bash each other, but, Octavio knows Matt doesn't like him, and Matt knows Octavio doesn't like him. So these boys are about to go at it.
And you got Matt right now, man. He's on the back bumper here, Octavio, trying everything he can to see what he's going to have to do to get around him. He's going to take the high side, the low side. I think the low side's going to be the only move that he's going to want to, but Octavio's going to protect that everything he can. Going around lap traffic there, a little bit contact. Matt's going to stay within him. He got up there and tested the water a little bit on his back bumper. Like you said, less than 10 to go. We got 8 here. These two guys, it's a battle for the lead, and pretty much unless they just take each other out. And on this track, I mean, I understand they're the best, but as bumpy as this track is, it doesn't take much to kick one of these things out sideways.
Man, I have seen these two race side by side, completely sideways before, coming to a win. Battling for a win, door to door, come off turn 4, both of them be, hand over fisted sideways, and still just dead even.
Not saying they ain't got the skill. Still got to be careful.
Oh, that's for sure. That is
this track is a bumpy track, and that's what we've been talking about a lot tonight here with the bumps. It's just known Rockingham, just the way this track runs. And right now you can just see Matt. I think he's just setting it up.
Oh yeah, he pushed for a couple laps to really put the pressure on Octavio to make Octavio push his car just a little bit more.
The one thing I will say Octavio has the advantage on, he has the better tires. That might play a factor if Matt tries to go on the inside, because if he gets on the inside trying to come off the turn, he can get a little bit loose. I mean, it's one of these tracks where you get kind of tight in the middle, going in, you can snap loose real quick coming off. So we will have to see if Octavio, just with that, I mean, it is 4 laps difference, and 4 laps at this track is huge.
Oh yeah, for sure. 4 laps at any track, honestly, especially in this series, is going to be the difference. Of course, we went to Chicago Street Course a couple weeks ago where you could make a full pit stop and not have to worry about going a lap down.
Yeah.
But most of the tracks that we go to, you hit pit road, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 laps down.
Back here to third place, you got Brent and Jarrett. Those two guys are still like nose to tail right here. Joe's still a little bit further off from them, so those two guys still nose to tail. It's not done for that position either. I don't think it's really done for the lead up front. I mean, Matt right now, he's back on him by 3/10. He probably had to back up and cool the tires, but Brent right now trying to get it done as we're coming here. About 2 to go here tonight. XcalRacing.com. Go check them out. Get you up to speed on all the series here. The web shop series here for 2024. And there we go. Brent, man's looking on him on the inside. He's going to try it. It's a battle for third right now. It's heating up.
Oh, yeah. This is what everybody came to see, was the finish of these things. And I'm telling you, it's about to get crazy. If Matt Bear can catch Octavio, it's going to get wild.
If he can get there. Right now, he's about 1.5 seconds off, or 1.5 tenths off of him. I said second. And this is where it is. Is he going to let him have that inside? He drove it on the inside. If he had caught that corner of Octavio, he would have sent him around. I don't care how good Ock is, man. That kind of hit. And here we go. They're going to go door to door because they're coming on the white flag in the final time, and they go to the inside. And they bump each other. Sends him up the track, and that's what I'm talking about. They wrecked him. Oh, are you kidding? Matt just went around. Wow. He might be able to coast to the line in second. Octavio's going to win this thing. Matt is going to make it in second, but what a finish. Whoa. And I alluded to it earlier. I said it. No matter the skill, this track is just one of these tracks. If you hook just right, bam, done.
Yeah, get ready for these post-race interviews because they're about to get wild. That was a wild finish. I told you, man. These finishes between these two are phenomenal. You know, Octavio and Matt don't. You know, they never want to wreck each other. They don't want to wreck anybody. So of course, you know, they're going to be irritated at what happened. But
hey, racing's racing.
Again,
happens.
A great finish. If you're going to try to drive it in on somebody in turn 3 coming to the checkered, you got to expect it.
Oh yeah. You get together like that, but man, Octavio, man, puts it in victory lane, waiting to see. Look at that, Jared, man, hanging on to third. So Jared down here. Jared, you want the boots? Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, well, you was able to get up there and get the third, hang on to it. Man, how was that car feeling all race?
Felt pretty good. It actually got better as the race went on, so that was it was pretty good. Very happy with it. I didn't have anything for the 48 or the 81. They're just that much better at saving gas than I am. But very happy with it. Top 5 the whole race, and you know, like I said, it just got better and better as the race went on. So very happy with top 3 for sure.
How was your tire wear out here towards the end?
It's about 70, mid 70s on the right front and mid 60s on the right rear, roughly. It got better as the race went on. You know, we were able to kind of slow down the pace to save a little bit of fuel and stuff like that there. But that last run, we sent it, and I think that might have been about the best they'd been the whole race. So it got better as the race went on.
Scored your third place here tonight. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Danielle, JNS Racing, for letting me wheel her race car this year. Everybody that is a part of JNS Racing, all the sponsors, everybody, appreciate them. Aaron for putting on this deal, all of his sponsors, Butt Kicker, Flaming Karma, Xcal Webshop, everybody involved for making this thing go every week. You guys for doing the broadcast for this event. I think you guys are on for a few more, so appreciate you guys for coming on board and helping get the eyes on this deal, and hopefully all the fans enjoyed this one.
Absolutely. There you go, Jared, bring her home in third. Well, this guy had an eventful second place. Matthew, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Well, man, y'all make it exciting. That's all I got to say. Your strategy paid off. Ox strategy, man, was there with you. Y'all two, it came down to it there. I mean,
it came down to
us...
him wrecking me. I mean,
Wow.
that's basically what happened. I mean, yeah, I go to make the move down to the bottom. He drives all the way down to the bottom. I'm not lifting for him. I don't know if he got loose, if I hit him. Either way, he goes up to the wall and then just clearly just turns straight left down 3 lanes into me. I mean, clear cut, intentional wrecking. I mean, it's funny.
Time out. I'm gonna let you take that up with race control. I know.
No, I don't care. I'm just talking. Like it's just clear cut buffoonery. I mean, I got wrecked here for the win exactly like that last year. I mean, I can't help that you drove me down to the apron and I didn't lift, and then you turned left into me intentionally. I mean, one thing, it's racing, but when you do intentional bush league crap like that just shows what kind of driver you are. I mean, you know, there's really no respect for him. I mean, but if that's how we want to race, I'll gladly wreck you every single week if that's what we want to do.
Makes it exciting for the viewers.
Yeah, because either way, I came home second, and I still got second place points, and he's about to get moved to the end of the lead lap right here, and going to lose probably 40 to 50 points on me because he wanted to try to wreck me for the win. And little does he know, I wasn't even going to make it to the finish line because I was going to run out coming out of 4. So he just cost himself 60 points.
That's now is an interesting thing. There is, how much fuel did you take on that last fuel stop?
I think I took like 5.2, something like 5.3, 5.2, somewhere right around there just to get there. And I had to save a little bit because I thought I had more than what I actually had.
Well, I know you
But,
talked about that at the beginning of the race.
Yes, I was trying to get down to taking 5 even on that last stop, but then with how hard we were going there on that third stint right there, it just took away the opportunity for me to get 5 even and not have to switch over to the second tank. But
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, man, you still had a good run. You still had a fast machine. I mean, it was exciting. You stuck to the plan of what you needed. You got anybody you want to thank for an awesome run here tonight?
yeah, man, I got to thank myself for building a fast-ass setup. I got to thank Jason for giving me the ride every week. Got to give a thanks to the web shop for putting this race on every week. Flamin' Karma Paint Shop, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing, SimCoin Racer, Butt Kicker, Admin Box, just everybody that helps put this thing on every week and come out here and give you exciting finishes where people get wrecked for the win.
Tell you what, right there you go, man. That's old Matthew, man, bringing her home in second. Well, before I bring Octavia, I'm actually watching the replay, and I'm gonna and look, I'm the new guy here, and I stay neutral because I let race control take care of this. But if you watch this right here, you can really see, and I know Matt's upset, but actually Octavia bounced off the wall when he came back down, and then we just had a perfect shot of it right there on the broadcast.
It would be interesting to see the
I'm showing it right now on the broadcast.
The cockpit. No, the cockpit view of Octavio to see if he was turning right when they made contact or if he was turning left.
Well, watch right here. We're going to watch it one more time. They come down the back stretch here between the two. And yes, he throws a block on him. They go all the way to the yellow line. But going into the turn, Matt got into the back of him, bump and run style. Pushed him up the track. And when he did, it pushed him all the way to the wall. And bam, right there, Octavia hits the wall, and then that thing's just sideways, and it comes right down back into him. And to me, it's just hard racing. I get the frustration. Hey, I get it. To me, that's just hard racing. Two guys battling for the win, and unfortunately, only one's going to get it. Like I said before many times, somebody's always going to be happy, somebody's always going to be sad. But let's bring the man down here, the winner. Octavia, Joy in the booth, you got a copy? Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
I copy.
Hey, well, I tell you what, man, wild finish. You know, we were just watching that there. I know Matt's upset, man, thinking this and that, but y'all battling for the win. You stuck to your guns on your pit strategy, though. I mean, take us through on, how this race was for you.
Well, at first I want to explain what happened for me, because I had the run in the exit, turn 2. I knew he was faster, but I clearly tried to protect the line. I was pushed from the back. I perfectly knew what he was gonna do. I really lost it because I crashed the wall. If you see my camera, I don't see any car in the inside in that lane. When you touch the wall, the car tried to be absorbed by the wall. You stay there, and I tried to turn left because I don't want to lose the race, pushing the wall and damaging my wheel. So I tried to save it. Try to push the car down so don't be absorbed by the wall. And I see then a car going high, and nothing to do, man. That's my point of view.
And we were just watching it right there. Again, I let race control take care of all that stuff. We just bring the excitement, and it definitely was exciting there at the end. And I know, Matt's going to be upset because I've always said you're always going to have one person happy, one person mad. That's just racing for you. To me, two guys racing hard for the lead, getting down out to the end, and just unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, from the angles that I just showed, actually, I just showed a couple different angles there on the broadcast, so that if they do want to go back and watch it, or if anybody does, I showed a far view and top view. It looks like you said it, but you just bounced off the wall, went right back into him. But I'm going to chalk it up as two guys, man, just out there racing hard. and unfortunately, one's going to come out on top and one's not. You came out on top and won this thing, man. You got anybody you want to thank for it?
Yeah, all the team, Flaming Karma Racing, Flaming Karma Pace Shop, all the league, because they worked really hard. You guys for the broadcast, all the sponsors of the championship, Tricolor Crew, Bad Kicker, Admin Box, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, Sim Racer Hub. And yes, I don't think I will be penalized for that. I have my explanation, because for him it's intentional. Everything is intentional for him. He wants to play hard, but later he cried. But I was definitely trying to save the car. I was gonna win it again. Anyways, sorry, because I had the outside. So that's not necessary to grab him to win it. I think if they see it properly, I try to save the car, and it's clearly not intentional. And thank you again, guys. And thank you to all the guys that are watching the race. A big greet for them.
Well, there you go, Octavia, man, bringing it home in victory lane. Well, it was an exciting one, and JR, I showed the in-car view, and basically, to me, again, I'm not race control, I'm not admin, so my voice on this, it does not mean. But from my look at that, it basically is the bump and run sent him up into the wall. He had that thing cocked to the left, but it still was going to the right. And when it ricocheted off the wall, guess what? Nowhere to go. Matt was there, and to me, it's just two guys racing hard. And unfortunately, one wins, one doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like once Matt goes back and watches that replay and, gets the onboard view from Octavio, he will see Octavio, bounced it off the wall. He did everything he could to not hit Matt. Of course, they're going to bang doors. They're coming to a win. I knew it was going to come down to something like this. I tried to warn everybody that it was going to happen.
It's
but,
racing,
it's racing. Going into 3, Matt timed the bump perfect. He got into him before they actually got to the corner, which got Octavio tight. Well, got him loose, which ultimately got him tight, shoved him up the track.
And I feel like if Matt wouldn't have, his car wouldn't have got tight and went up the track, he might have avoided that. Because the bump and run was perfect. I mean, I'm like you, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Matt timed the bump and run perfect. It would have made it even better if they hadn't have gotten up into the wall and that happened, to see what would have happened coming off of turn 4. But again, Octavio's going to drive it as hard as he can to keep it off the wall and to try to get that 48 out front. Matt's going to drive it as hard as he can to try to get to the inside at that point to keep Octavio up high and pin him against the wall. Because if those two make it off of 4 and Matt's on the bottom, he's going to door Octavio and put him in the fence. He's not gonna he's not gonna do it in he's not gonna make it to where it takes Octavio out, but he's gonna push him slowly up to slow him down.
Well, let's just say like what you just said there, and I'm gonna leave it at this: is I don't think there's any intentionally things going on right there. I think it's two drivers just going for the win hard. And like what you said before, it's nothing uncommon for them two guys to beat and bang. But man, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. It was an awesome race here for the Xcal.com, the web series here. Definitely go check them out at xcalracing.com. Before myself and everyone, have a good night.